All right, so you're using Google Drive and you want to create a new spreadsheet. I'm going to go over the way to do that. And the first thing that you want to do is just log in to drive.google.com and get to what's called My Drive. So you might not see this priority or shared drives on your screen, but you'll definitely have access to My Drive. So that's where we're going to start. And if you look over to the right, I just have folders in My Drive. That's just the way I like to organize because I think everything has a place, right? So this sheet that we're going to create, I'm going to first navigate to the folder that I want to have it inside of. So we'll go to Sheets Help and we're going to say I'm making an expense report. So I'll get to that location first. And then from there, I'm going to click on the plus sign and I'll make a new Google Sheet. All right, so you've made your first spreadsheet. And the first thing that you should do is give it a good title. So what constitutes a good title is it's full of words that you might search for later when you're looking for the file, right? Because Google Drive, you navigate it by searching a lot of times, especially if you have hundreds of spreadsheets. So I'm doing an expense report for the week ending, let's say, today's Monday, 15, yes, I'm counting on my fingers. So we'll say expense report, week ending, 11/18/22. If my math's right, that's a Friday. If it's not a Friday, that's all right. Use your imagination. That's the spreadsheet. And now we'll fill out the spreadsheet. So what I put inside of it, that's not part of this tutorial. This is just how to create it. So give me 1 second. So we've created a spreadsheet. We've jumped to the part where we've already filled it out. And now we're going to go over how to create subsequent spreadsheets that are going to be a little bit faster than creating from scratch every time. All right, so you already have a spreadsheet, and this is for the week ending 11/18. Well, let's jump forward a week in time. Say we want to do an expense report again. Don't recreate this, right? So what you can do is you can just go to File and do Make a Copy. Or if you're in Drive at this point, let's go back to Google Drive. Go to the expense reports, and you could right click on this and go make a copy from here. And what that will do, took a second there, is create an exact copy. So we'll rename it. We'll say expense report week ending 11/25. I'm getting Thanksgiving. Hopefully I'm not working over the holidays, but regardless, all right, we've copied it, 11/25. Let's open this copy and see what we gained by not creating it from scratch. So if you just make a full copy, it retains the formatting, so we don't have to redo these lovely headers. And it retains the formulas, so when summing all the expenses. So all you need to do is select the body of the table, hit delete, and then put in the new information. So that's kind of level 2, if you will, of how to create a new spreadsheet, is taking advantage of what you have. And then what I'd like to think of as the third level is starting with a template. So this would be a pre-made template. Google has a lot themselves. There's also a lot available online. But if we go to New and look at from the template gallery, there's a pre-made expense report already here. If I double click on this, it makes a copy of it, puts it in My Drive, and already has a lot of relevant fields. Okay, so it'll have a pre-made formula. That's kind of the bare minimum thing to have on here, right? And then just delete the fields that you don't want. But this will help to make your spreadsheets look more professional, right? So the last thing to do here would be to make sure you just created this. Let's make sure it's in the right place though. So if you go to File and then choose Move, it put it just in My Drive. I don't want that, right? I want to have it in Sheets Help, Expense Reports. And when you click on Move here, it will put it where the rest of your files are. And then the last thing to remember if you started with the template is to also give that a good name. So you can copy this template 100 times and reuse it, but as long as you give it a descriptive name, you'll be able to tell them apart. So these templates do come with the formulas in them already, but let's take a while to talk about how to create your own formulas, and I'll see you in that video. Thanks for watching.